Hello everybody, this is Sylvester with Sylvester's Fashion Art and Tarot, and today I want to talk about what is the future of urban hip-hop streetwear fashion. I was watching on YouTube this documentary on 50 years of streetwear. I currently have it on in my background in my apartment, and the YouTube channel is 50 Years Fly. The Rise, Fall, and Revolution of Hip-Hop Fashion. And I thought it was a very good documentary on the 50 years of where it came from and where it is now. And I thought, you know what? It posed a question in my mind, what is the future of urban hip-hop streetwear fashion? And I thought, you know what? Let me ask Spirit about that. Because I thought it was a very extraordinary documentary. And I think you guys should take a look at it. I'm endorsing the film, although I'm not getting paid for it, but I think everyone should take a look at it. You know, I will put it in the description below. So when you get a moment, take a look. But meanwhile, I want to do a reading on it and to see what is the future of urban hip-hop streetwear fashion. So I'm gonna go to the cards. Okay, Spirit. What is the future of urban hip-hop streetwear fashion? Where is it going? Where is it headed? Please share what you'd like for me to know. Future of urban streetwear fashion. Okay. Next card. The future of urban streetwear fashion. Share what you would like for me to know about urban hip-hop streetwear fashion. What is its future? Where is it going? What is it? How is it evolving? What is it turning into? What does its future look like? What is the future of urban hip-hop streetwear fashion? future, where is it going? Please share with me, Spirit, what you would like for me to share. That's the future of urban hip hop fashion. Uh-oh. Dropped a lot of cards. Let me do that again. The future. So this is outcome of urban hip hop streetwear fashion. Share with me, Spirit, what you would like for me to do. What you like for us to know about the future of urban hip hop streetwear fashion. Oh, okay. Okay, people. Sorry it took me a while there. I had to really think about the first card. But the first card I get is the Emperor. And what I get with the Emperor is that streetwear is king. Streetwear is assertive. Streetwear is bold. It's direct. It's in your face. People can take it and go any direction with it. It's self-expressive. It's individualized. People are able to do various things with it and really make it personal. Okay, so streetwear is king, and from this card I get that its influence is deep, its influence is heavy. People love urban hip hop streetwear. Some people might not, some people might not admit that, but They love it, especially when you see these big conglomerate companies are heavily influenced, although it may be a cash cow for them, but they understand that streetwear holds weight, and they just want to be a part of that world, and they don't want to miss out on it. So streetwear is king, and it stands strong and very proud and very bold, very assertive, very sure of itself. Yeah, that's what I get here. Now, what crosses it is the Ten of Cups. So this represents the situation. People find joy in it. It builds communities. People come together in it. Again, it's very individualized. People are able to express themselves easily with it. People are just it just brings on community. You know, there's a sense of just unifying themselves in this uniform of individualization, if that makes sense. What's popping in my head right now is DIY. People are able to take streetwear and make it their own. They're able to sew, create from scratch something that is so personal for them. Nothing high-end, but just something that is very personal, and they're able to transform a hoodie into something different, a pair of jeans into something different. That's more their style, they're more their take. So with this card, I get strong community. I get a unity. I get this. What's popping in my head is a troop or army following the same league or following the same trend of things. But not exactly following each other, but just loving streetwear and just making it individual, making it themselves, making it personal for themselves. Yeah, that's what I get there. That's what crosses the Emperor. Okay. Now, what's beneath it, and also what represents past influences, is the Seven of Cups. And Seven of Cups, it just says there's a lot going on. There's a lot happening. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of different ways that people can take urban streetwear. You know, it looks cloudy, it looks muddy, but it's just allowing people to expand their minds in ways they never thought before. You know, because it just brings on so many influences, because they can take something from the past, maybe, I don't know, something from the Edwardian period, like from the 1920s or 1890s, and then make it more, bring it more up to date, but add more of a hip hop flair to it. May put it with a pair of jeans and a pair of high heels or something like that, or take something from French, early French culture, like from the 1700s, like where they wear the pompadour hairstyles, and then give it with these ornate, decorated with these ornate flowers and butterflies and all these different things, and they put it with a t-shirt, something like that. And so this represents to me just a muddle of ideas and finding a way to do something with that. So I just get a lot of expansion of ideas here. But in the past, I get I wonder why this card is here, but I get the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords to me is just representing a period of rest, a period of just not doing anything, a period that there was nothing, a period of just feeling stagnated, just feeling like there's nothing to do, just feeling restless, or just it's like needing something to do, but they just it's like taking a pause on something. a rest, a resurge of energy, recharging your batteries. Yeah, recharging your batteries to come up with something new. Because sometimes you have to take rest in order for things to manifest. Oh, manifestation. Oh, not manifestation. Meditating. Allowing the ideas to marinate, to grow and to manifest into something else. So there's this period of stagnation, and through that rest, people are able to revitalize themselves to come up with something new and innovative for now. And this is representing in the past. Like there was nothing going on, but yet the people was restless, so they had to find ways to be creative. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. What crowns it is the Page of Swords. And it's Page of Swords that get conquering strife, overcoming difficulty. So Streetwear went through a lot of hurdles. And it continues to go through a lot of hurdles because people deny its existence, but now it's in the forefront. It's in your face. It's very direct. It's now. It's not going anywhere in the near future. It's not going anywhere at all. It's just going to continue to evolve. So through all its difficulty and all its strife, it just evolves. It just evolves. And keeps growing. That's what I get here. In its future is represented by the Ace of Cups. I get a new passion, a new love, new growth. I get new expansion. I get new experiences, new communities where people are connecting through urban streetwear. I see worldwide love. I get happiness with it. I get wanting to be a part of a culture that's more like it. I guess you could say military, but not. It's like wearing a uniform, being a part of the same gang. That's what it is. Yeah, a part of the same gang. And no one wants to be left out. They want to be a part of this clique. So it's bringing up all this new love and all this new togetherness, this new way of expressing oneself. And guess what? Everyone gets to do it together. So it's just this overflowing of creativity and ideas and individualization, or making it more personal in that aspect. But everyone share in the success of urban streetwear. Urban hip-hop streetwear. That's what I get here. For its future. In the mind, I get the Wheel of Fortune. Success. I get people building on its popularity. I get people people are able to make so much money on this in this culture. And I guess with the right backing and support, you can definitely be very successful in it, because there's a lot of money to be made in urban hip hop streetwear. And with media, you definitely can get there. Because social media is so potent. It's like you have to be a part of it in order for you to get noticed. In order to be a part of it, you have to connect with media. You have to get on Instagram. You have to get on YouTube. You have to get on all these different platforms to be associated, because people are finding ways to build success in this culture of urban hip hop streetwear. And most of it's not just designing clothes. Most of it's just being a journalist, or just being a writer of it, just a lover of the world of urban hip hop. Not just the clothes, but the shoes, the hats, the different components that urban streetwear breaks into. Because it's all a whole, but there's different elements, different categories within it. So I get really success with it. Capitalism, popularity, media. With this. This card represents that for me. This represents what's in the mind. Okay. In the environment, there's a lot of shady things going on. There's a lot of hidden business deals that we don't know anything about, because people, like, again, people are looking to find profitability with this. They don't necessarily care about the culture, but they would definitely want to build on it and make so much money on it. So I think people have a tendency to know who's real about it and who isn't. You know, because people follow what's real. And if it's not real, they're just going to move on to the next thing or move on to someone else. And they'll just miss the person who think they're doing something, but really they're not. The passion is not there. They're not strong about it. They don't feel strongly about it. So, yeah, so it could be a little, some people can be deceiving in this world, but I think people can filter through it because most people are in it just for its popularity, but they don't necessarily care about it. But people can tend to weed out the ones that are just in it just for the clout. That makes sense. Yeah. What I get for the hopes and fears, and this looks more like hopes than fears, but it's very nostalgic. This deals with familiar energy. Hip hop goes back, since I watched the documentary, it goes back 50 years, but I think it's a little bit more than that. I think it's 50 years plus. But I don't think it was given a name. Because, see, urban streetwear got its name from the Black and Latinos that were living in the, I hate to use the word ghettos, but in the urban inner cities. Okay? And we, people of color, have a tendency to express ourselves in our own unique way. We love fashion, we love being stylish, we like to look good, we like to wear the flyest shit, you know, we want to be more than what we are, you know, to get ourselves out of our funk, whatever that may be, you know, but we like to look good. And I think with this card, I get a sense that there's been heavy strong influences, not only from the 70s, but from the 60s and from the 50s. And we don't know a lot about what was going on in the urban cities back before the claiming of urban hip-hop streetwear. But it did evolve, and it came from somewhere, okay? And it just manifests into what we see now. So there's some elements of the past before urban streetwear that made heavy influences of what we wear now. And right now what's popping in my head is t-shirts. They were wearing it back in I think the 20s, the Navy. Something about the Navy, people in the Army and the Navy wearing t-shirts. And that was a heavy influence. The jeans from Levi's, that was heavy influence from the 40s and 50s. And people from the inner cities took to that. Yeah, but back in those days, it was just more basics. But then when the generations changed back in the late 60s, that's when things start to really rattle. That's when people wanted to be more fashionable and do things that were different. Okay? So that's what I get with this card. Now, as the outcome, I got two cards, which is interesting. Now, I got the Page of Wands, and I get excited in good news. This card is telling me that hip hop is not going anywhere. It's just going to continue to evolve. It's just going to run wild. It's going to be individualized. I think it's going to be more DIY. When I say individualized, I mean it's going to be more DIY. I think people are going to do it themselves. They're going to learn how to sew. They're going to learn the basics of sewing so they can make their own clothes. Some people are not going to want to pay like, what, $5,000 for a jacket when you can actually make it for a lot less. So, but at the same time, this card is telling me that the future of urban streetwear is just going to continue to move on, continue to evolve. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. And like the first card I had, the Emperor, streetwear is king, right? Right? So this is telling me that it's just going to continue on, because this is an energy card, and also I get vitality. I get in my mind, I get running. Like streetwear is just going to continue to run. It's just not going to go. But the next card I get is the Two of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Two of Pentacles. And I think, why is this card coming out along with this card? Because as I look at this card, I get two. It's like juggling things together, trying to balance things together. But yet, streetwear continues to move on. But yet, I get this card that represents a sense of trying to balance things, trying to equal it all out, or rob Peter to pay Paul. You know. So I'm getting. I wonder if people are going to be willing and diming, nickel and diming streetwear, because it is going to be more individualized. They're probably not going to want to pay so much money, so the prices might have to come down, or people are looking to find a better deal. It's like, I like that outfit that Louis Vuitton is doing, but I can't afford it. But if I can get a cheaper version of it, I'll do that. Or if I can make it, I'll do that. You know, something like that. So they're trying to juggle the money in terms of wanting to buy the latest things. So with this, streetwear continues on, citing good news, but at the same time, people juggling their finances to afford it and finding creative ways to make it more their own, where they don't have to spend so much money. So that's what I'm getting here with these two, and this is my outcome. So that's what I'm feeling there. So thank you for bearing with me as I read the cards. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I thank you for coming to my channel. And I would like to let you know that I do have an Etsy channel. I mean, an Etsy shop. Boy, I'm just fumbling my words today. I do have an Etsy shop, and it's called Sylvester's Fashion Art. And please check it out. See what I'm all about. The links are in the description below. And it's a great way to show your support. I do appreciate you, and stay tuned for more videos, because more will be coming soon. All right, thank you.